Melania the Theater Lady back on BURGH Vivant, here to talk about Souvenir at the Rep.
Yes.
How'd you like it?
I hope I can contain my enthusiasm.
Oh.
I liked it that much.
I do too.
It was just so much fun, and because it was based on the life of two real people, it made it even so much more fascinating. It's the story of Florence Fisher Jenkins.
Okay.
Wait, is that her middle name? I don't think it's Fisher.
Are you making stuff up?
Wait a minute, I think I just did.
Oh, here we go.
Foster. Florence Foster Jenkins.
Right.
I don't know where that came from. I knew as soon as I said it.
Have another cocktail, Judy.
Yeah, really. Woo. And her friendship and her wonderful close relationship with her friend and accompanist, Cosme McMoon. And these are two real people that lived.
That sounds like a made-up name, though.
I know, it does. He was born in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, it sounds Mexican to me.
So
McMoon, really, yeah.
Well, actually, he changed it. It was McMunn, and it didn't sound American enough, so he changed it.
All right.
But their relationship and their friendship was so beautiful. And Cosme was played by Jeff Howell, who is a master at physical comedy, and he had a chance to show us that mastery in two scenes that were very sustained scenes of him gesturing, faces in the background behind Florence, and she didn't see him. The laughter.
That's kind of like what I do to you on these interviews when you're looking the other way. You know? So I'm glad somebody else is cashing in on that too. That's great.
You couldn't even hear her speaking because the laughter was so loud watching him. Great physical comedy. And oh gosh, I know all these names and I'm drawing a blank.
There were two people in the play.
I know.
What do you mean all these names?
Jill Keating.
Okay, there you go.
Played Florence, and she was just captivating in that role. And later when I came home and watched and looked up Florence Foster on the internet and listened to her sing, I understood why she was so famous for being such a bad singer. And I thought Jill Keating was exaggerating as she played the role until I came home and listened to the actual voice on the internet. No exaggeration there.
Truth is stranger than fiction sometimes.
That's exactly, that ran through my mind. Nobody would believe this.
Well, you know, I appreciate that because there are performances where, like, you know, when Meryl Streep played Julia Child, I felt that she way underplayed it, you know. That's what Julia Child sounds like.
Yes,
but,
is.
you know, to put that on film, people think, oh, that's a caricature. No, she actually sounded like that. Yeah. So Meryl was very respectful, but I think really underplayed that. So Jill was right on. That's good to hear.
Oh, yes, she was. And even the wig they had her in looked very much like the hair. She did the character very, very well. Very good impersonation, that's for sure, once I researched it a little. But the story itself was just fascinating because Florence didn't know that she was a bad singer. She had no clue. She had no sense of rhythm, tone, pitch, nothing. And she just was so proud of herself and her performances, and she became really popular performing for charity and performing, having people come, and she had such a following that she actually had a sold-out concert. This is true. At Carnegie Hall in New York, they turned over 2,000 people away at the door. And the tickets were something like $2.40, and they had scalpers at that time selling them for over $20.
See, this has given me
a sensation.
This has given me a lot of ideas. You know, I could probably have a similar career to this woman.
Oh no, you don't sing nearly that poorly. I've heard.
Well,
I could have that career, not you.
I don't know.
You've heard
See,
me.
you can be whatever you want to be.
That was
Fake
the
it
idea.
until you make it, and if you never actually make it, I don't know.
Well, she made it. She had quite a following. I guess kind of campy, and a lot of people laughed. They talked about how, and I read this on the internet too, people would bring clean handkerchiefs to stuff their mouths because they didn't want to laugh. They just stuff it in their mouth so they weren't rude. This was a different era. This was Carnegie Hall was 1944, but everybody came to see her. Noel Coward was at her concerts. Walter Winchell. Tallulah Bankhead had to be escorted out of Carnegie Hall because she was laughing so hard she was unable to breathe. She had to be carried out. And this
Carry me out, darling.
so just imagine watching a portrayal of all this. It was just so much fun. Just amazing. And the second act, the costumes were just fantastic, and they also were based on the costumes that she wore in Carnegie Hall. She wore a different costume for every song that she did, and some of them were really over the top with angel wings.
If you can't
halos.
sing, use every other tool you got.
But she didn't know she couldn't sing.
Right.
She thought she could. So it was
interesting.
It was really a wonderfully produced play. The director is an internationally known director, Tomei Cousin, and he's not just a director. He's an actor, a performer, an educator. He's on the faculty at CMU School of Drama.
And I believe he's a Point Park graduate as well.
Yes, for one of his degrees, he did. He went to Point Park, and he did such an excellent job directing these characters to make them so real. And they were just, and lovable. And the friendship was beautiful. There was a 33-year age difference. She was 33 years older, and yet he was so protective of her and so caring and so careful to encourage her. And I didn't mention the playwright, and I think I should, because he did a wonderful job of treating the subject matter gently and not turning her into a joke. It was Stephen Temperley, and it could have very easily been just a joke and mocking her and played for the laughs, but it really showed her as a person and her love of music and her belief in herself. It was just all the way around a very pleasant, funny, poignant, and wonderful production.
It sounds like a fun time.
It really was a fun time.
Are you the type that, when you go on vacation, you get like little chintzy souvenirs to bring home?
Not usually.
No?
No.
My favorite souvenir is a little nutshell with googly eyes from Palm Beach.
I don't think they were, but they were made to look like real shrunken heads, and they were souvenirs.
Who the hell wants that?
Not me. But that was a weird souvenir. I never
From
bought
where?
that.
Like
I don't know.
Key West? Like where?
Borneo? I don't know.
Oh, well, if you're in Borneo.
Well, I'm just making that up.
Ugh. No.
That's the chintziest souvenir I ever
No,
saw.
that's garbage to my soul. Why would you even say that? Oh.
Or like my dad went to Antarctica.
Did he?
Yes.
What?
He went to Antarctica on a cruise, and they actually walked on Antarctica, and I said, well, what was there, Dad? And he said, a souvenir shop.